This film is based on a true story. A girl named Corinne is celebrating her birthday. She has just turned 11. Suddenly the girl felt sick. Beverly, a family friend, immediately called an ambulance. Corinne ended up in the hospital. Liam, the girl's father, brought her favorite toy, a stuffed bear. The doctor examined the young patient. Corinne was having trouble breathing. Dr. Caldwell encouraged the girl. Corinne's grandmother Miriam arrived. The doctor asked for a private conversation with both her and Liam, explaining that Corinne had a lung disease. Unfortunately, the damage is irreversible. Now the girl needs home care and should minimize social interactions. Of course, Miriam is ready to help Liam in every way. Soon they were allowed to take Corinne home. She wanted to visit her mother's grave, but for now it was too risky for her health. At home, the girl was greeted by a poster, "Welcome home." The father was going to order his daughter's favorite pizza. Corinne didn't want to spend all her time within four walls, but her father gently explained that for now, she needed to rest as much as possible. Miriam barely held back tears, knowing that her granddaughter was unlikely to have a normal future. For Liam, the daughter's well-being was now the most important thing. Downstairs, Miriam and Liam began looking for a nurse for Corinne from an agency. Liam didn't like the idea of letting a stranger into the house, but neither he nor Miriam could meet all of Corinne's special needs. Miriam left, unaware that someone was watching her from a car parked nearby. Corinne missed her mother very much. Liam was trying to be both parents for his daughter. Some time ago they were in a car accident. Amy was driving and got distracted at one point. Corinne needed supplemental oxygen on a regular basis, so the next day, Liam interviewed several potential candidates for the nurse role, but none of them seemed suitable. And then it was time for the fourth interview. A sweet woman named Victoria arrived at their house. She told Liam that caring for people had always been her calling. Corinne liked Victoria at first sight. It was clear this woman had experience working with patients like Corinne. Besides, she had professional training, which was another big plus. A work call interrupted Liam during the interview. Before leaving, Victoria asked for permission to use the restroom. Corinne told her father that they should choose Victoria because she was smart and kind. They didn't know that the nurse was eavesdropping on their conversation. Later, Liam told Victoria that he had lost his wife a year ago. Their family was still struggling to cope with it. After thanking Victoria for the interview, Liam saw her out. Corinne wanted Victoria to be her nurse. For some reason Victoria wanted that too. Liam told his daughter they shouldn't rush. They didn't know that Victoria had stolen their family photo, wanting to take Amy's place. Liam decided to contact Victoria's previous patient, who also had lung disease. Eleanor expressed admiration for Victoria's work. Soon the nurse moved into the Martins' home. Liam showed Victoria her new room. It used to be the guest room, but since Amy's demise, this house rarely had guests. Victoria intended to care not only for Corinne but also for Liam, explaining that her job was to make life easier for both of them. Corinne talked to her friend Kendall via video link. The girl missed in-person communication, but for the time being, her doctor forbade her to have contact with anyone but the family. It seemed that Victoria genuinely sympathized with Corinne. The woman shared that she had also been very sick as a child and had been unable to interact with friends for a long time. It was during that period that Victoria realized she wanted to help others. Later, Victoria prepared a special tea for Corinne, explaining that it had healing properties. The girl liked it. She often thought of her mother. Victoria understood Corinne like no one else, because she had also lost loved ones. Even at work, Liam can't stop thinking about his daughter, worrying deeply about her. Beverly, Liam's colleague and friend, supports him in everything. In the afternoon Corinne felt very tired. Victoria gave her a small gift, a toy rabbit. Corinne named it Snowflake. When the girl fell asleep, Victoria looked around the house, dreaming that one day everything here, including Liam, would belong to her as well. In front of the mirror, Victoria tried on Amy's dresses. Unexpectedly Miriam decided to drop by and caught the new nurse doing this. Miriam demanded Victoria explain what she was doing with Amy's clothes. The nurse confusedly replied that Liam had allowed her to look around. Miriam in turn said that Liam clearly didn't mean this. Victoria promised it wouldn't happen again. Miriam was here to see her granddaughter, but Corinne was sound asleep. Miriam wanted to believe that the new woman in the house could somehow help compensate for the girl's loss of her mother. Victoria assured that she would do everything she could. In the evening when Liam returned home, Victoria had already applied bright makeup and then intentionally left the bathroom door slightly ajar. In the morning, she made a delicious breakfast. This brought back warm memories for Corinne because the mother always made breakfast for her. Victoria suggested taking a photo together as a keepsake. Liam lost track of time and realized he was already late for work. Victoria packed him a lunch. Liam liked the thoughtfulness. Corinne really wanted to go outside. Victoria regretfully said it was still too dangerous, but they could do something fun together instead. Victoria also casually asked Corinne if her father had a girlfriend. Corinne replied that her father only closely interacted with Beverly from work. They had known each other since college. When Corinne started coughing, Victoria again made her special tea, adding some kind of medicine to it. After that, Corinne fell into a deep sleep again. During this time, Victoria used a special app to replace Amy's face with her own in the Martins family photo. Victoria was not pleased when Liam came home with Beverly that evening. Of course she didn't show it. Beverly thought Victoria's face looked familiar. The conversation woke Corinne. When she got out of bed, she felt unwell and collapsed. Liam and Victoria immediately rushed to give the girl first aid. When the worst was over, Liam comforted his daughter. Victoria clearly didn't like Beverly's presence. Later, Liam shared with Beverly how hard it was for him. Beverly reminded her friend that he had close ones ready to help him anytime. Victoria brewed her tea with her special recipe again. Beverly refused to taste it. Hearing Liam and Beverly chatting sweetly, Victoria was furious, and the cup cracked right in her hand. Liam gently treated the cut on Victoria's palm, thanking her again for help. While no one was in the kitchen, Beverly took some of Victoria's tea and put it in a small bag, hiding it in her pocket. Afterward, Beverly said goodbye to Liam, promising to visit Corinne again soon. Liam brought the tea to his daughter. At home, Beverly also decided to brew the tea and taste it. She felt that Victoria was hiding something. Liam fell asleep with the laptop on his lap. Victoria put it away and carefully covered Liam with a blanket. Later in her room, she cried as she read on the internet about the terrible car accident from a year ago. In the morning, while Victoria was preparing cereal for Corinne, Liam returned from his run and asked the woman how the wound on her hand was. Liam wanted to thank the nurse somehow for her help and suggested they have dinner together. At work, Liam asked Beverly, who looked thoughtful, if she was okay. Beverly replied that she hadn't slept well. When Liam mentioned that he had invited Victoria to dinner, Beverly wished him luck. Since Beverly had been Amy's best friend, it was important for Liam to get her approval. During his break, he contacted Corinne's doctor and told her about the recent relapse. Also, Liam expressed admiration for Victoria's work. Dr. Caldwell found this odd. She knew all the nurses from the agency but didn't recall anyone by that name. That evening, Victoria put on a beautiful dress and applied makeup, wanting to look perfect for the upcoming dinner. Corinne spent the whole evening talking to her friend Kendall via video chat. The nurse gently said that was enough computer for today. Corinne complimented nurse's appearance, noting that her mother also had favored similar dresses. When Victoria left, Corinne was about to call her grandmother. Seeing Victoria in the dress, Liam was impressed. Amy had used to wear the same perfume as her. Victoria gave Liam a small gift, a time management device with their photo together. Liam remarked that in the picture, they looked almost like a family. It was time to start preparing dinner. Victoria asked Liam to bring Corinne the tea before that. During dinner, Victoria and Liam had a heart-to-heart conversation. He was pleased to get to know this wonderful woman better because she truly did so much for him and Corinne. When Victoria began hinting at a closer relationship, Liam felt awkward, admitting that he didn't want to rush things. Victoria's story about her education had some inconsistencies, but Liam didn't pay much attention to it. They certainly didn't expect Miriam's visit, who clearly didn't like what she saw. It turned out it was the granddaughter who asked Miriam to come over. The situation was quite confusing. Corinne had wanted to see her grandmother before bed. Liam confessed to Victoria that his relationship with Miriam was sometimes tense. He had wanted to arrange a special evening, but things didn't go as planned. However, Liam had no idea just how much this upset Victoria. The next morning, Victoria showed Liam a brochure that had supposedly fallen out of Miriam's bag. Could it be that she was looking for a custody lawyer to take Corinne away? Liam didn't want to believe it and went to Miriam's house, demanding an explanation. Miriam assured him she had never seen the brochure before, but Liam couldn't find a single reason why Victoria would lie. They argued, and Liam firmly asked Miriam not to come to his house anymore. At work, Beverly noticed that Liam seemed upset. He told her about his conflict with Miriam. Beverly didn't think the brochure belonged to Miriam, subtly hinting to Liam that Victoria might not be entirely honest. Recently Beverly had been feeling weak, so she went to the doctor. The tests revealed the presence of doxadone in her system. Beverly was puzzled and out of curiosity, asked the doctor what would happen if someone with a serious respiratory illness was given the medication. The doctor replied that it could cause a severe exacerbation. At home, Liam was greeted with a delicious dinner prepared by Victoria. She asked him how his day had been. Victoria started acting like Liam's wife, which made him uncomfortable. He decided to contact the agency through which he had hired Victoria and requested a copy of her personal file. Although Victoria was doing her job flawlessly, he had started to have suspicions. Liam exhausted himself with sports to avoid overthinking. Corinne's coughing fits had become more frequent. Today father and daughter had an appointment with the doctor. Victoria wanted to accompany them, but Liam made it clear that a third person would be unnecessary. Dr. Caldwell didn't understand why Corinne was experiencing relapses. She also mentioned that Miriam had recently asked about certain aspects of Corinne's condition. Victoria was in despair, not understanding why Liam was rejecting her loyalty. She delved into her past. It turned out that on the night of the accident, Victoria's husband had been driving another car. Their daughter had also been in that car. Victoria lost her family and blamed Amy for it. Now Victoria wanted to reclaim what had been taken from her. After visiting the hospital, Corinne asked her father why he argued with Grandma. Mom wouldn't have liked that. Liam understood that his daughter was right. This time he decided to ignore all the calls and messages and have ice cream with his daughter instead of work. Since the agency couldn't reach Liam, they called his emergency contact, Beverly. It turned out that the agency had no nurse by the name of Victoria. Beverly realized the terrible truth and found an article online about the accident, where only the mother survived from the whole family. Liam wasn't answering, so Beverly left him a voicemail, saying that Victoria wasn't who she claimed to be. Then Beverly went to the Martins' house, but neither Liam nor Corinne was there. Beverly knew that Victoria's real name was Catherine. She had seen her photo in the news a year ago. Catherine claimed that she just wanted to get her family back and injected Beverly with something. The woman lay on the floor, unable to move. Soon Liam and Corinne returned home. Noticing Beverly's phone on the floor, the one who called herself Victoria became nervous. Liam began to treat her coldly. While Victoria discreetly put away the phone, Liam listened to the voicemail from Beverly but couldn't reach her. Then he listened to a message from the agency, which said that they had no employee named Victoria. Liam realized that the nurse's resume was fake. He decided to contact Eleanor again, supposedly Victoria's former patient. He didn't know that it was actually Victoria speaking to him in a disguised voice. Beverly still wasn't responding. When he called the office, he learned that she had gone to his house. When Victoria returned, she didn't expect to see Miriam, whom Liam had asked to come. Meanwhile at the office, Liam was searching through Beverly's things for clues. Taking advantage of Miriam being distracted, Victoria crept up behind her and gave her an injection. Seeing an article on Beverly's laptop about last year's accident, Liam realized in horror who Victoria really was. Miriam felt herself losing consciousness. She used her last strength to call Liam. Victoria took Miriam's phone and told Liam that for Corinne's sake, he should be cooperative. Seeing her unconscious grandmother, Corinne panicked and tried to run, but almost immediately her strength left her. Liam was already driving home. Corinne woke up immobile, just like Miriam. When Liam arrived, he didn't have time to do anything because Catherine knocked him out. The whole family regained consciousness at the dinner table, tied up. Catherine had prepared a lavish meal, acting as if she were Amy. Liam tried to explain to Catherine that this charade wouldn't bring her family back. But grief had driven the woman insane. If Amy had taken her family, then Catherine intended to take her place. Miriam managed to free her hands from the ropes. Liam began to play along with Catherine and convinced her to untie Corinne. Taking advantage of the moment, Miriam attacked Catherine and freed Liam. A fight ensued, and no one noticed that Corinne was struggling to breathe. After subduing Catherine, Liam rushed to help his daughter. The worst was over. Father and daughter ended up in the hospital. They were visited by Miriam and Beverly. Dr. Caldwell said that Corinne was recovering. It would be tough, but this time Liam intended to manage without a nurse. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel not to miss more exciting new products. Also, the authors will be pleased if you leave your opinion in the comments.